what I've learned in life, and because I always tell people, I always had a bad bitch breathing on me since I was 11. I always kept a gorgeous bitch in my life, right? And I always had money ever since I was 11. Always had paper. You gotta be qualified, young men. If your money's not right, don't even say hello to a female. That's the point that I want to go. Now imagine, I always thought about it, and I was gonna put this in my act, if I ran for president, right? And one of the laws I would have is that you truly had to be qualified to date. Now imagine now, since you was a child, your parents are telling you, we want you to date one day. You're gonna have a beautiful woman, but you gotta make sure you have your money. Now imagine growing 18, 19 years old, and the permit to date, you gotta have 25,000 in your account.
Right.
And you saying yourself to your homie, yo, next year I'm gonna be fucking, yo. I'm 3,000 away.
I just like the mental idea of like the cops kicking in your door and being like, this guy's getting pussy with 10 grand in the bank. Hell no. Fill the prison up.
Exactly. But it will motivate you because I told you, sex is powerful if it falls into the wrong hands.
Sex, drugs, these things fall into the category of things that you at 18, you really have no business even thinking about doing, in my opinion, because you haven't accomplished anything in your life yet. It's
that's
like,
the word.
Don't worry about getting some pussy when you're 18. You need to be worried about figuring out what
accomplishments,
getting some shit done.
And let me tell you, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
I tell that to people. You know what attracts a woman? When you have accomplishments. When you sitting there talking, you say, oh yeah, I graduated from college. I started my own podcast. I started this, I started that. A real fucking female is gonna be turned the fuck on.
Seen it a million times. You start listing off all the shit you've done and shit.
Accomplishments.
But now I have the problem where I'm 35 and I just don't even feel right talking about all the shit I done. It's like too much. Like I have to avoid when I'm in a conversation with a person for the first time. I have to avoid turning every conversation into, oh yeah, I interviewed him. He was telling me blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I have to actually try to avoid mentioning the interview and just be like, yeah, actually, you know, one time I heard him say
but what you should do is not even let nobody know what you do. And figure out, I'm giving you an example.
Don't you love that?
I snatched a female up once in Atlanta. And I said, we're going to go to this comedy show to see TK Kirkland. Watch what I'm about to tell you. The bitch didn't even know it was me.
Wow.
We sitting in the audience having drinks. I'm, like people getting ready to say something. I'm doing this.
This is a G move.
I don't want no one. I want to know. We sitting there, got the table, everything is kicking it, some fly shit about to go down.
Right.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, one of the most phenomenal stand-up comedians in the game. Put your hands together for TK Kirkland. She is clapping her ass. I love him. I love him. And I get up and just walk to the stage.
And she melts.
One of the greatest fucking feelings ever. Or I remember being in Vegas, and I'm one of them humble guys. I'm in the lobby. A lot of people don't know who I am. I'm on tour with Mike Epps. We're doing a show in Vegas.
Right.
One of the baddest motherfucking women walking around is online. She was with another young lady. I said, can I buy you a drink? Brushing me off. That's cool, you know, whatever. When I was done with that show, I wound up fucking her. It was one of the greatest accomplishments a man could ever witness.
Right.
It was just a beautiful night. I'll never forget that. Never forget that. It was just awesome.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been, what's your most long-term relationship? And do you feel like you'll ever get into one again? Or are you happy just living a single life?
Here's the thing about, I take it one day at a time.
Okay.
That's where I'm at in my life. I'm married to this entertainment game. Like I said, I don't know my accomplishment, what I've accomplished until I sit down and people tell me what I'm doing. I'm already working on stuff for 2022, 2023, 2025. I'm that far ahead. My job is extremely hard. If I find a woman that really understands or someone that truly excites me, because there's so many things to dating, right? People don't understand there's levels to dating. When you go over someone's house, are you comfortable? When you kiss a woman, does your dick get hard? When you fuck her, is she emotional? Is she screaming loud? Does she come like like somebody is getting shot? Like things, those type of things are important to me.
Do you feel like being this deep into your life that your list of things that you don't like has almost become so expansive that it's going to be hard for you to find anybody that just doesn't tick that many of those boxes?
It may not. My sex life, right, from being a player to holding myself accountable and being responsible, has truly gone from 10 to under 1.
Okay. So you slowed it down a lot.
Oh, shit, it's come to a fucking halt.
A halt? Why a halt?
Yeah, it's done.
You fell out of love with the game?
My sex game is 0.
Why?
Because I'm that busy. I don't lay up with any women anymore. I got 3 kids from a one-night stand.
3?
3.
From a one? You had sex one time and you got 3 kids?
3 kids.
She had triplets?
No, 3 different women.
Oh,
in my lifetime.
3 different one-night stands.
3 different one-night stands.
God damn.
3.
That's serious shit. I thank God that I don't believe in up above that he fucking protected me from that, man.
Man, when I think back now to that, and I remember one of my people was telling me I should have got a vasectomy, and that's when I had my first son. He said, "Oh, you should get a vasectomy."
You got one?
No, never got one.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, fuck. Something that I thought about. Because as you get older, if you got a baby mama here, baby mama there, and you're a successful man, all the kids are not getting the true knowledge of the dad. Because this mother thinks one way, this mother thinks one way. So if someone is seeming like they're getting more than the other, depending on that mother's mentality, is jealousy towards that child, not knowing there could be distance in between those two. Meaning you're on the other side of the country. You just can't do something within an hour because you're so far away. Or to understand that when you want something from your father, right, you got to be not passive aggressive. You got to know that's your dad. Ask for it. You either get a yes or a no, but you can't be shy to ask if you think your father is doing well. All my children should be able to come to me and ask for stuff. So one of my books I'm going to do, I'm going to call it One, O-N-E. And I want to teach men, especially people who are listening on the show, to try to have a child with one person, women and men. Women got to stop having 3 or 4 baby daddies. You got one dad bringing in gifts for his son or daughter, but the other 2 daddies ain't shit.
That's going to get complicated.
It's complicated. Or if that father thinks he's paying for all the other children. Oh, I'm giving you all this money. I'm paying child support, but your other 2 baby daddies ain't shit. So the money he's giving is helping the other kids. So when you grow up, you got to really brush your shoulders off and just fuck it. You know, like I heard a story yesterday about a man was taking care of a child for 19 years. Found out it wasn't his baby.
Wow.
Just doesn't give a fuck about life no more.
Yeah, I had I was friends with a guy who that happened to him, and
he hung himself.
Because he was taking care of this kid for a couple of years, and then he figured it out.
Wow.
And when I was really trying to sit back and think about how he probably felt in that moment, I'm like, I never thought about killing myself, but that's some kill yourself ass shit right there.
Yes,
Think about how that must have felt. How strongly you feel towards your seed.
Right.
And then finding out that you've been bamboozled this whole way.
Man. Wow. I feel that. That's like almost making me, and on the inside, I got water in my eyes.
Right, because that kind of makes you think. And this is one thing that stands out to me a lot. As you go through life, you're just taking damage. And you're lucky if you can make it to your age and not have had stuff happen to you that's so devastating that it fucks your ability to just have a normal conversation and be a normal communicative person. Because, I mean, just an example that we discussed the other day, you have a kid and then the kid all of a sudden is 18 and we're talking about this girl who was like raped and murdered at like a high school party. And I'm like, dude, think about you're her dad.
Now that's what was going on in the news.
It was something that was in the news from like a couple of years ago or something like that we were talking about. But I'm like, think about being that dad. How do you go back to being a normal dude after that?
Man,
you spent 18 years of your life raising that girl, and then she was killed in the most brutal way, of the most random situation that you never could have protected against in a million years. How do you put on a fucking happy face after that? How do you keep going?
Being a parent, being grown in general, is one of the most hardest things you could imagine. That's why I tell children, especially my daughters, stay young. Don't try to grow up. You know, you hear kids talk about school is hard, or I'm stressed. Then you're not ready for life if you're talking like this. Because you got to be prepared for them bumps coming up in this motherfucker, because nobody's life is truly that smooth. You got to really be prepared for almost everything. I was taught one thing from a young man. He always said, he called it unforeseen occurrences. Even when you're prepared, you're not really prepared. But you got to think about unforeseen occurrences. What if? I always teach people, always say, what if? What if I didn't have life insurance? What if my girlfriend cheats on me? What if I do this? What? So you have it in your mind, just in case it comes across your table. You thought about it in so many different ways that mentally, that you're almost prepared, or you wasn't surprised. Because one of the hardest things is when something surprises you. That's when it really hurts.
That you never even considered the possibility.
Never consider it. Like, never consider it. So your mind, you got to keep your mind active. You got to keep your mind going and always stay in control, always have composure. And that takes time. And ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about is not something, it can happen in a week, a month. Takes years of practice. So when I think about all my experiences from crime, college, businesses, to this moment right here, has taught me how to be a great man, how to be respectful, how to be a great dad, how to be a great in relationships. These are experiences, and you have choices. You can either choose to be a fucked up person for the rest of your life, or you could choose to say, I want to become a great man. And these are the things I am going to do to become a great man.
The question is how you take all of your experiences. Like we all have been, you know, at different positions in our life where we felt like when you were a younger man, you felt like violence was a lot cooler, more acceptable, et cetera, than you do right now. Nowadays, you understand the gravity of those actions much more. Same thing for me. But how do you have a son and raise him in such a way that he doesn't wake up one day and think that he wants to walk around with a gun on him, that he thinks it's tight to go and get in a fist fight with somebody or whatever? Right. It's like, how do you raise your kid so that he doesn't end up attracted to the same bullshit that you were attracted to? My parents made it very clear to me that crime was bad, that bad things were bad, basically. You know, I don't know what it was about the way that they tried to communicate that message to me, but it didn't really take.
Hey everybody, it's comedian TK Kirkland. Thank you for watching, all right? Follow me at TK_Kirkland and my man No Jumper. Also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you get your merch from my man at nojumper.com. Get all your merch, hoodies, t-shirts, etc. I truly appreciate you. See you around the world, and may your pain be champagne. Tea to the motherfucker.